Hello there, my very good friends. Andy Murray here for WhatCulture Wrestling. Wrestle Kingdom 15, Day 1, the New Japan Annual Extravaganza is in the can, and we've got a couple of significant news developments to talk about. The first of which went down midway through the show, was the kind of return of Jon Moxley to New Japan programming for the first time since February. This went down just before Kenta versus Satoshi Kojima. It was a pre-taped promo that looked like it was filmed in the LA dojo of New Japan. Moxley's there, he's got his IWGP United States title, talking about him being the boogeyman looming over New Japan Pro Wrestling. They were hoping I wasn't going to come back, but let me tell you, whoever wins between Kenta and Kojima, I'm coming for you. Now, this is significant as Moxley has been unable to defend the IWGP United States Championship. Obviously, the travel ban between Japan and the United States, all the complications that causes mean he can't appear on Japanese shows. And on top of that, he's got that pesky little clause in his AEW contract that says that he cannot appear for US-based shows. And New Japan have done a lot of those lately. They have Strong going out every Friday night. Now, this went down before Kojima versus Kenta because they were battling for Kenta's right to challenge briefcase. He's got a briefcase containing a contract guaranteeing him a shot at Moxley's title. He's been chasing shadows of Moxley for months and months now. Now, finally, it looks like we're going to get that match. It seems inevitable. It feels like it's definitely going to happen, particularly with Moxley being back on the show. But there's still no word of any kind of agreement that would allow Moxley to come over to the US imprint of New Japan and put that belt on the line. On top of this, well, you know, Moxley, technically this part 2 of Wrestle Kingdom tomorrow morning. But at the same time, Moxley's advertised for AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. There's all kinds of quarantining and other issues that come into play when you're traveling from America to Japan at the moment. It's not going to be possible for him to appear at Wrestle Kingdom Night 2. So while the match is going to be on the horizon, while it is going to go down at some point, we don't know when yet. We await further news on any kind of agreement that would make this possible, and we'll be sure to bring it to you when that comes to light. Now, the second major news story to talk about coming out of Wrestle Kingdom Night 1 is the double title change in the main event. Kota Ibushi defeating Tetsuya Naito in a real neck snapper. It kind of has to be said. You know what you're getting for when these two get in the ring. They're going to push each other's bodies to the absolute limit. They are going to fight with little regard for their own health and safety. They're going to push the envelope all the way to the edge of control and sometime step over the line. That's what these matches are about. This one was no different. It was wild. It was escalating. It was heart-wrenching, I guess. Really tough to watch at times, but in all the best possible ways. You know, these guys are out there taking these crazy, potentially career-shortening bumps for our entertainment. It's not for everyone. It's tough to watch at times. It's, you know, you're going to be watching periods of these matches for your eyes like this. But the main takeaway from all of this is that after kicking out of 2 separate destinos, Kota Ibushi is the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion. The double gold is in his hands. He ended up putting Naito away after countering a third destino, hitting a standing exposed knee and his third Kamigoye for the win. Ibushi was so out of it at the end that while his music was playing and the referee was like, "Hey dude, you won," he didn't even realize the match was over. That's some great dramatic selling, even after the match by Ibushi. He was confronted by Jay White after the bell. White, of course, took Ibushi's G1 Climax winning briefcase from him. That means that they're going to fight for the belts tomorrow night. The main event of Wrestle Kingdom 15, Night 2, Kota Ibushi versus Jay White. It's a pure, just incandescent babyface force in Ibushi versus a dastardly heel in White. A perfect clash of characters and styles. We've seen them wrestle before to great effect in the 2019 G1 Climax final in particular. I think it'll be a good match, has the potential to be a great match. So I guess those are the big talking points coming out of Wrestle Kingdom today. We also had other things like Kazuchika Okada defeating Will Ospreay, Hiroshi Tanahashi defeating Great O-Khan, and of course our friends Guerrillas of Destiny are now 7-time IWGP Tag Team Champions, defeating Dangerous Tekkers. They have the record. They were joint 6-time champions with Ten Cozy before this. Now the record is their own, arguably making them the most decorated tag team in the history of those Championships. But thank you for joining us for this quick news blast this morning. I've been Andy Murray. You can find me on Twitter at Andy H. Murray. You can find us on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE, and I'll see you soon.